wondering if we could play dress.
Sorry.
I was
I
wondering.
promised I'd record it. Keep going.
That's okay. I was wondering if we could play dress up together maybe this fall and dress up as a character or a place or a thing from the world of Katie Cross together.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Katie's already got her costume.
Yes. I do,
Yeah.
and I'm taking it back to Dragon Con.
Woohoo!
Yes. We should totally do that. Would any of you be interested in a dress up day? Or like a
That would be-
cosplay? I'm writing this down. Sorry, I had to write that down.
And swag for the best ones.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And like, well, maybe we'll like make an award with a trophy or something.
Cool.
That would be amazing. You know who would make the best Lita is Samantha, my virtual assistant. I don't know if any of you have met Samantha yet. I got to get her on one of these calls. She's in grad school right now, but she's like the perfect Lita. And sometimes I think I've structured Lita and Bianca's relationship because it's the relationship I have with Samantha. Like, I'm the wild, crazy one with all the ideas. And she's the one that like brings me back to reality. And so I think sometimes when I was reading Rise of the Demigods for the audiobook, when I was narrating it, I was like, did I write me and Samantha into this book? I think I did. I totally think I did. Anyway, I love that idea, Carrie. I think we should do it. So let me look at a time. Are you thinking in the fall, like around Halloween, or like at any point in the year?
I just picked like around Halloween as an idea, just so that people had time to like think out and plan a costume or so.
This is a very serious world for some people, cosplay. Right? Cosplay is a very serious thing for some people. So I think we should plan on like a Halloween, like an Alcaran Halloween party. What about that?
That'd be really great. That would be so great.
An Alcaran Halloween Zoom party, and we can all dress up and there will be prizes and swag abound, right? Andy, what do you think? Yeah, you want to dress up?
How are you?
Hello, welcome back.
Yeah.
Hi, Andy.
Definitely,
Oh, hi, Jennifer. Jennifer and Andrea and Andy just arrived. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
The award should be Miss Henrietta's award. Oh, that is amazing. Yes, Louise, we'll do the Miss Henrietta's award for excellent cosplay. I love it so much. I'm gonna write all this down. Miss Henrietta's award. Okay, let's do it. We will plan that, Louise. Or sorry, we'll plan that, Louise, but we'll plan that also, Carrie.
Help you anytime.
That's awesome. To our newcomers, how are you? To Jen and Andrew and Andrew, we're good? You're good, Jen?
I was muted. I'm good. I'm working.
Oh, no worries.
Come listen and hang out.
You can just have us in the background.
Exactly.
Just so you know, I'm offering only to people that come to Coffee with Katie. If you guys want to read an early copy of the Vite, I've got it all finished. So you can just email me and I'll shoot you the book funnel link tonight and you can read it early if you want.
Cool.
It's so fun.
I'm excited. Really excited for.
And Andrea, I have the audiobook. It's going to the salon to get beautified, but I will send, I should get the files back, I think Wednesday. So if you want a 2-day early copy of Evie, Andrea, then I can get that to you. Because he's actually beautifying Rise of the Demigods first. I'm also done with Rise of the Demigods. And holy schnockies, that was 10 hours. Craziness.
Wow.
That is a lot of recording. Just gonna put that out there. So Rise of Demigods has to go to the salon first, and then Vivite, and then Chronicles will be done next week also. So we're gonna have 3 new audiobooks in the next 2 weeks, like ready to go.
Great. I've had to keep track of which ones I've ordered. So
Me too, Kim. Like I've had to keep track of what the crap's going on with audiobooks.
I'm like, I gotta make a list here of which ones I've ordered so I know what to expect.
I know. I have to make a list of ones that I've done and are coming up. I have blue sticky notes that are my audiobooks, and they're like in a row across my, like, I have a wall right here. And you say I have like all these blue sticky notes. Like, crap, how many do we have left? I don't even have them all up there. There's like 25 or something like that.
Wow.
We're really behind here. Anyway, so all that's coming up. And then trivia started today. Mike, our trivia master, had a few hiccups. He's trying to figure out Facebook still. I think something posted without a picture. I don't know. He was sending me panicked messages on Telegram this morning.
I saw this morning.
Poor guy. Oh my gosh, the poor guy.
It worked out well. People were just impatient.
No, it's fine. I totally get it. Well, Mike and I were on video chats on and off yesterday trying to finalize the trivia, and we were trying to get on Zoom at the same time so that we could do a video together to like introduce the trivia. And he was on his cell phone, like at work. It was like a comedy of errors. Like his internet would go out, my internet would go out. He couldn't hear me, I couldn't hear him. So then we're on the phone, and we finally he pulled some trivia questions from Vivit, and I was like, well, that's not gonna work because we haven't read it yet. So we gotta change these. It was just a disaster for both of us. So then when it didn't post the picture today, I was like, oh, sweet Mike, I'm so sorry. So anyway, I think it's all fixed now and it's good to go. But everyone go give Mike a virtual hug for all that he's doing for the trivia. He's working so hard. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about the trivia. Are you guys excited about the letter openers? Did you see the letter openers?
Heck yes. I went to Atlanta.com or Atlanta Cutlery right away. It's like, may have to order one of my own if I don't win.
I know. So here's the other thing. If a lot of people are really excited about it, we'll just order more, right? Like we don't have to do this just once. And I was talking to my consultant this morning, and I was like, maybe we should just see if we can order from Atlanta Cutlery in bulk, and then like offer it to people, like offer more of them to people more often if people really like them. So I'm just gauging what you guys want.
That is very cool.
That is the coolest I've ever seen.
Sorry, what was that? Hi, how are you? Hello. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. Hi. Hola.
Can't see me on Zoom because she wants to say hi.
Oh, she is such a cute little bonita. Anyway, so I'm excited about letter openers. I think it could only be better if it actually looks like Vivit, but it's a pretty cool sort as if we can't have Vivit, you know?
Well, it was darn close, I thought.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. We just need Leadhamwood ivy in it. I think it's like Charlemagne's like sword or something, like some historical figure from a museum or something. It's a replica. I don't know, but it's just really cool regardless, however you look at it.
Yeah, very cool.
Anyway, so
Katie, can I tell you exciting news?
Yes, please do.
You might have seen it, but my book club here in Colorado is going to read Flame for the May book. There were like 20 of us there last night. It's growing constantly. We meet at a little brewery, a local brewery in Bailey. So it's like beer, bourbon. Baby goats are like live baby goats are always there. So we get to hold goats. And then
you got Bianca's
book for May.
You've got goats. That is amazing. Well, thank you so much. I'm so honored. Let me know if you guys need like discount pricing on paperbacks or ebooks or anything. I can give you guys a really cool deal for buying in bulk for sure.
I have a friend of mine that I shared your website with, and now she's hooked. She's actually just finishing up Dragon Master series right now. She's also part of the book club. And so we had talked about it ahead of time. And so we threw Flame in the hat because it was our hope that we could get people hooked on it. And
oh my gosh, you're amazing.
Keep it all going through the whole thing.
That is so amazing. You know what's funny about that is we almost moved to Bailey. So we went to Bailey, Colorado, and we're like checking it out to live there. Is that where the Sasquatch Museum is? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I remember it so well. That's just so fun. That's so funny. We almost moved there. Well, also, if you guys want to do a video chat for your book club, let me know. I do that all the time. Like I'll just hop on and like Dana Delaney, you guys know Dana in Florida. I've done book club chats with her and a bunch of other people. They were at a restaurant too, actually, if I remember right. I think it might've been a brewery even. So just let me know however I can help you guys. Okay. I appreciate you doing that. That's amazing. Thank you.
It'll be fun. I think we're going to get to be outside. So we'll be out in the
May in Colorado is
on
amazing.
The patio or under the tent. So it'll be fantastic.
Well, congrats and thank you. That's so fun.
Well, thank you for writing such amazing books that we can all get so excited about.
It is my absolute pleasure. Speaking of, I just came up with 2 new books. You guys, I can't stop. It's so bad. So bad.
We're so glad.
You will never lack for anything if you hang out here. Seriously. I just outlined the novella that's gonna come right after The Forgotten Gods. And I can't tell you the name because it'll be a spoiler for The Forgotten Gods. It's gonna be pretty epic. And then I came up with 2 more. And I think Hiddleston is gonna get one if you guys are up for that.
Yeah,
And then maybe
we need
Sanako.
Hiddleston.
Where's Sushmita? She's the one that loves Sanako. I was gonna tell her today, like, we're probably gonna have a Sanako book too. Anyway, so really, I'm just writing my pretty little brain out up here in the mountains. Oh, here's Catherine. What is going on for all of you? Does anyone else have exciting, fun news?
Other than I'm really liking the audiobooks to go along with
Are
the
you?
books.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
it's
That's
so
awesome.
fun. Well, I just finished War of the Networks. Oh my gosh, I forgot all that. That book was just crazy.
I know.
I mean,
that was fast.
I'm listening to it as I'm going out of town with trying to find Kleenexes because I'm bawling as I'm driving. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this stuff in this book. I'm just like, oh my heavens.
I
I'm
need to
thinking,
go
I
listen.
hope I'm not going to look like I have red eyes when I get to where I'm supposed to be going.
I am sorry, but I'm not. Sorry, Kim. Hey,
Tears
Catherine.
and
It's good to see
tears.
you.
What can you say?
Yeah. Has anyone here not read War of the Networks? Okay, that's a perfect one. Okay, so we won't give spoilers. I'm just
Okay.
gonna say that's a really good one to have read. Probably necessary before Vivite. Right? Like, it's a good
Yeah.
one. That is an excellent audiobook too.
Oh, yeah.
I should go listen to it again. I'm actually gonna start listening to the Dragon Master trilogy again because so I don't know if you guys saw in the Witchery, Samantha posted for me. Oh, I told her, I was like, hey, will you post this? She schedules all my posts. So I write the posts and then she'll just go schedule them for me. So it gets all organized. Hi.
Say hi, Katie.
Hi. What's your name?
Ross.
Ross. Hi, Ross. How old are you, Ross? You're 3 or 4? Oh, I didn't see the pinky. 4. You're a big kid then. I have a little girl that's almost 4. That's awesome. She's not here right now though, or I'd let you see her. What was I talking about? He's so cute. I got distracted.
Don't have any slime.
Samantha's post.
from
Samantha's post.
Samantha.
Where you guys can pick the next book that I write. Have you guys seen that?
I already
Oh,
did.
yes.
I
Carol?
already did.
Yes.
Carol,
That's
your
why I was
face.
late. I was voting. I was voting.
Oh my gosh. So that's going out in an email. And I told her to post it too early because I try to coordinate the emails and the Facebook posts. So you guys got it really early in the Witchery. So it'll go out over email if you haven't seen it yet or if you don't Facebook. But basically I say 4 projects and Jane, you're here in the flesh. Oh, she can't hear. Jane, can you hear?
I can now, yes.
Oh my gosh, you're here in the flesh.
I am.
Yay, welcome. Oh, that is so funny. It's so good to see you.
You too.
So I was
What's
I
better,
was-
like this? Like this.
Either way, as long as we see your beautiful face. I was just saying that we put that post up where you guys get to pick my next book, and as expected, it's a landslide for Isadora and Max so far. And the email list hasn't even spoken yet, right? There's like 30,000 people that still have a chance to speak. So I'm gonna start re-listening to Dragon Master Trilogy to get Isadora and Max all planned out. But I'm planning to launch the Isadora and Max story sometime in the fall, like after War of the Gods. So you're not gonna have to wait very long. Yeah.
Yay.
And then today I'm putting up the pre-order for another book in the historical collection called The Sword Maker.
Oh, good.
So that will
Oh,
come.
yay.
Yeah. So after you read Vivite, you'll be really excited about The Sword Maker.
Okay, good.
So that's all coming up. Like I said, you guys, you will have no lack of books. Like if you just stick around here, the ideas never stop. Anyway, Louise, I just have to address the goats that you were talking about. Kevin and Perry. Do you have pictures of Kevin and Perry? Because I vote to see pictures of the pygmy goats that you work with.
If you give me a few minutes, I can Bluetooth them to my laptop and then I'll put them instead of my camera.
That's amazing. Thank you. By the way, I sent your package 2 days ago. Carol, I sent you a package 2 days ago. So Louise, I think
Thanks.
there wasn't any issue. It said it should go through. They actually were sending it to Canada, and I was like, that says Canada. And he's like, oh, whoops. And I think we got it to Wales the second time. So should be on the way for you.
Thank
And then
you.
Carol, your signed copy is also on the way. I think I mailed it 2 days ago too.
Thanks.
Anyway,
Fantastic.
yes.
Well, I've got paperbacks through Elcara, through the
okay.
The first 4. So now I've got all the Dragon Master ones, and I've got all the Elcara, the first Elcara series.
You're working your way through, my
Paperback.
friend.
I am.
It's impressive.
No, I was figuring out the other day the books I don't have, and I thought I might have to take out a small loan for the rest of it.
Or you can just wait
do
and
mine
let
in
me give them to
shifts
you
too,
as
Kim.
swag,
It's
right?
going
Like,
so fast.
I know.
I have to
It's-
do mine in shifts too, Kim.
It's gonna, well, first of all, never buy paperbacks without letting me know, and I'll get you a discount code, right?
Oh,
So we can get you a discount.
Did not know that.
Yes, if you guys are gonna buy
Good to know because
paperbacks,
I have them all.
I know, just email me and say, Katie, I want to do a bunch of paperbacks, and I'll send you a discount code. So then you at least get a little bit, because paperbacks get expensive. But also, you guys can always just earn it as swag, right? Just like, hey, I'll help you with your launch if you send me paperbacks. Totally willing to do that. Anyway, yeah, so anyone have any questions or anything that has come up, especially with the launch of Evite or anything in life in general, really?
okay,
Well,
so
I had a
Katie,
question.
the novellas are just going to be your shop,
Website.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so all of
Are they all
these,
going to be in paperback?
Agreed.
they will be in paperback, Jane. Yeah. So on launch day, they'll come out in paperback. I don't have a way to pre-order paperbacks yet without
That's
us
fine.
having to like manually type all your information in, like store it somewhere and type it in. And I don't really like handling people's data that way. I'd rather it just be super, because Shopify, I don't see a lot of stuff. Like Shopify just has your information. I could see your address if I needed to, just in case we have to deal with like a paperback issue. But Lulu is who our printer for paperbacks. They haven't come up with a way to do paperback pre-order, but it will be available in paperback on launch day. Yeah. So from here forward, forever till death do us parts, will audiobooks, ebooks, and paperbacks all be available on launch day.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Which is really exciting because it's always been really sporadic in the past. Sorry, that was your question, Jane. Was there someone else that had?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was, okay, because I'm starting the audio. Sorry, I'm holding my iPad, so I'm
You're fine.
trying to get a good. I'm listening to some of the audio, and I had started Hazel, and it said, if you had not read Mildred's Resistance, there's some spoilers. So I went back and I read Mildred's Resistance or listened to it or whatever.
Yeah.
Is there going to be anything about Mildred and Martin?
There could be.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
You want Mildred and Martin?
Yes. Because he is devoted to her even beyond, I mean, he is, oh my gosh, I just love them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's super interesting question.
Good idea, Jane.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
agreed.
Martin and Mildred.
I would love it.
Would you, because that'd be really easy to do like a novella. So we can't give spoilers because Chris has not read War of the Networks. There's some really big spoilers in War of the Networks.
Okay, I just want to say for the record that my wife accuses me of having short-term memory loss. So if it benefits everybody, I literally just go for it and it will somehow dematerialize in my brain.
That is
don't
really
let me hold you
generous.
back.
That is really generous of you.
Just mute yourself, Christopher.
Just mute yourself. Carol. That's really generous, but we're also recording this. So in case people hop on to like listen, we'll just be careful about spoilers for this. And there's some really big spoilers in War of the Networks, but I appreciate that. So, but that's Martin and Mildred are no spoiler, right? We all know about them.
Right. But I just, the more
Regarding the
want that
backstory,
story.
yes. Regarding the backstory with Martin and Mildred is all I'm going to say. That would make an amazing novella, right?
Yes, it would.
Yes,
it
would.
It is on my list.
Thank
We
you.
have goats.
Luis
we
is
have
putting
goats.
up the goat pictures.
The goats! Oh my
That's
god.
Cute.
I don't see them.
They
I don't
are,
either.
oh, you know what, Jane, or whoever said that, if you change your view to gallery, like up in the right-hand corner of Zoom, there it says view. I don't know if it'll be this way on iPads or phones, but you can change to gallery. You can
Oh,
see
look
everyone.
how cute.
Or
Oh,
you can
gosh.
switch
There we go.
to Louise as your like person.
I just have to
I've
scroll.
got a few others.
Oh my
but
gosh. Look
Yeah.
how cute.
Wow.
You're right, Louise. Just looking at them makes me feel happy.
They're so cute.
They're cute.
Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Thank you for sharing. Someone was talking, oh, maybe it was on my team. I think it was my team, but we're talking about runner ducks. So in Rise of the Demigods, there's runner ducks that like run with the chickens at one point when Bianca's in Chatham City. Has anyone ever heard of runner ducks?
we have some of them that work too.
That's what I thought of actually. There's some over in the UK. Like there's like this whole farm that just has runner ducks, and there's these ducks that just run. Like they just run like crazy. They're so funny. I don't know why that reminded me of that, Louise, but thank you for sharing that. Okay, so Martin and Mildred will happen. We can do that right after the network saga finishes. Is that okay?
Can't get it out today. No. I mean, come on.
Jane, I will
You
just
had to work on this.
coming up with ideas for you to write and write so we can still have more to read and there's no like, ending and like, oh, now what? You know?
So that's not ever going to be a problem.
Absolutely, Andy.
I don't think you were on the call, but I was like, I just came up with 2 more novella ideas. Like today, I just plotted 1,500 words of the novella that comes after the Forgotten Gods that I can't tell you the name of yet because it will be a spoiler, but it is pretty epic. Like it came to me all at once. I've been stuck. So I was stuck on one part of Derek's story. Derek and I were fighting for a while. You guys,
have y'all worked things out now?
Derek's pretty stubborn.
We did.
He is
in this
stubborn.
Psychotic, epic way. So I got to a point, you guys, I'm crazy. So I got to this point on Tuesday. I write about 8,000 words a day. So the average author probably writes about 2,000. But I literally have so many ideas that I can't there's no way I could do it. I have so many ideas. So I do about 8,000 words a day. So I try for 40,000 words a week. So on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? No, it was Wednesday because I keep track of my word count. On Wednesday, I have a calendar. That's what I'm looking at. On Wednesday, I wrote like 5,000 words in Derek because I can't actually do War of the Gods until I do Derek or the Forgotten Gods. Like, you guys, it's so bad now. I can't even write the novels because these novellas are so intertwined in the stories that until the novellas are written, I can't write the novels. So I'm like screwed, right? So I'm like trying to write all these novellas because everything that happens in the novellas is going to affect the novel because Derek happens at the same time as the Forgotten Gods, but it's in Alcara. So all this stuff is going to go down in Alcara while Bianca is in Alasia. So I'm trying to figure it out because that directly impacts War of the Gods, and we were fighting. And then like Thursday, I literally sat in my chair, or Wednesday, it was Wednesday, and I was like, I can't write a word. Like I just sat there and stared at the ceiling because I was stuck on something with Derek. I had to make this big decision. You guys are gonna kill me. So so I called Samantha.
Katie Cross.
I know, you guys, it's so bad. So I messaged Sam and I was like, Samantha, can you get on Zoom for I will literally be under 10 minutes. I've got to pitch this idea to you. And she's like, yes. She had a class in 13 minutes. So in less than 10 minutes, I punted her the whole plot of Derek. And then I just said, hey, can I do this? Sorry, there we go. Sorry, I was just muting random people. So I said, can I do this plot twist and make it work? Like, is it gonna work if I do this? And she was like, oh, and then I was like, oh no, like, is it gonna work? And she was super excited. So then I texted Mike and I was like, Mike, I gotta call you. So he's like, okay. So I called him, did the same thing. He's had the exact same reaction. It was like, you have to do it. So there's this huge plot twist in Derek. And once I figured it out and they were like, it's good, I cannot stop writing. So I'm almost done writing Derek. And it's like it's gonna be like 50,000 words. It's huge. Like it's almost twice of what Merrick is. So Rise of the Demigods was 100,000 words. Derek will probably end up 50 to 60. So it's like a novel. It's seriously like a novel, but it's so good. I've never had a book like this before, ever. So I'm so excited for you to read it. It's gonna be amazing. And it changed all this stuff. So anyway, it's so good. And now Derek and I are getting along again. And now I can't stop writing. Like, I was up last night. I was so excited to write. I was like, no, I need to go to bed. It's like, no, I should go write that scene. And like, no, I need to go to bed. Like, I need to sleep and then I can write tomorrow. So I made myself go to bed and I woke up at 4 o'clock and I started writing and I didn't stop until I'd written 6,000 words. So it's going really well. So anyway, so that's the update there. Any other questions you guys wanted to ask? Or any newcomers have? Awesome.
Forgot, does Derek come out before Ava or does Ava come first?
No. So it goes Vivit, Ava, Derek. Derek will come. I know, I'm so sorry. But I will promise launch team members, you will get that one early. Derek and Ava should come early to launch team members. So there's that. Derek will come out in June. So it's a big preparatory book for the Forgotten Gods. So you'll definitely want to read Derek before the Forgotten Gods. I'm going to structure the Forgotten Gods in a way that if you haven't read Derek, it'll be fine, but a lot will be missed. And it's just going to be way better having read Derek. So
is there a lot about him and Marie in there?
Maybe not just Marie.
Wow.
Maybe someone else.
Cliffhangers.
Ooh.
Yeah, Derek is, there's a lot that went down in the Rise of the Demigods that you don't know about with Derek until you hit Derek. So all I'm going to say is his disappearance has a reason, right? Like,
we figured there was something going
right
on.
between the lines at the very end, huh? I think.
Yeah. Yes. And it's not what you think.
Oh.
So, well, I mean, I don't know what you're thinking, but if it's what I think you're thinking, it's not what you think. That's where that big twist came in. And I was like, I had the idea for this twist and I was like, I can't do that. And I was like, oh, I have to do that. And then I had to make sure that it wasn't just me, and then they agreed. So I don't want to hype it up too much in case you guys don't like it as much as I do, but I think you're going to, because I know most of you pretty well at this point in terms of what you like to read. And I think Derek is going to
So we're looking at Derek in June?
Yeah, the first Friday of June is when it will launch, but launch teamers will probably get it in the middle of May.
Oh, good.
Is there anyone in here not on the launch team that might want to be?
Are you keeping up on your website about like the order of your books?
Yeah. Yeah, so the reading order has been updated, and then it's on my list, but Derek keeps getting in the way to do an audiobook to a listening order. So like I want to just change it from ebooks to audio and do the listening order list. So the audiobook readers or listeners have like what audiobooks are available, and then I update as they're there or which ones are on pre-order or whatever. But if you're audio like you are, Andrea, then you can still just go down that list. By the end of the year, we should be totally caught up in audio, like all the short
I'm just asking
stories
because
and all
our
that.
book club is part paperback. Actually, I think we are really about a third paperback, a third ebook, and a third audio.
Oh.
And because I know that people will be reading Flame and May, I just want to be able to kind of direct them, like, if you like this, keep going. There is a list, an order list, regardless of what way you're reading it.
Yeah, so the reading order list is kept up with every pre-order that I'm putting out. So like I'll put the Sword Maker out on pre-order, and then I'll just go update the list right after. Robert, I just saw your comment. Don't worry about it. I mean, you can still come on the launch team if you read really slowly. Just, it's not that big a deal. You just get the reviews up when you can and help as much as you can around launching. And it is all about just enjoying the books for sure. Yeah, so that is kept updated. And then I think we're almost caught up in paperback. So Hazel still needs to be produced in paperback. And then I think the short stories from the network series is available in paper. Anyway, I need to go look. I'm going to be doing this audit to make sure all of our paperbacks are caught up with our audiobooks so that it's available in all 3 formats for every single title across the store. But I know Hazel should be coming out here pretty soon in paperback. I just need to get the final files done. You guys, Derek, he's so needy. I have all of these other things I need to do, and Derek is really getting in the way. And then this new story popped up, and I can't tell it no. So, so it's hard to figure out. It's rough.
It's available.
Thank you. Jane, check you out. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Jenny
in her
did that.
hot little hand.
I know. That's amazing.
I have them like, did y'all check out that dragon? No, see, they're all right there.
That looks, oh,
That's
what a beautiful
awesome.
shelf. Jane, I don't even have all those books.
Does she have them in hard copy? Is that
Yes,
what
she
she
does.
said?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesomeness.
All of those are hard copies. That's why I was wondering if all the novellas are going to be hard
They are.
copies, because I want all of them.
Yeah. So
And
the only
first ones
novella.
of mine are actually before you change the name to Alcara.
Oh, wow. So you have the antebellum ones. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't even have that many of my own books. So the novellas in the Network Saga should all be caught up in paper. I'm pretty sure they are. And then Hazel, I think Hazel's the only paperback that we're lacking. And then someone's been emailing me about that, so I'm getting that out soon, as well as the audiobook for Hazel. So everything should be all caught up by the end of the year. So as we push forward, it can just be like available each time there. Anyway, so, and then I'll have an announcement probably closer to the middle of summer for what to expect in terms of, like, you guys know the next 4 books, right? So it's Vivit, Ava, Derek, The Forgotten Gods, and then just title 1, 2, and 3, and then War of the Gods. So I have like probably 3 more novellas that will kind of come between The Forgotten Gods and War of the Gods, and then the Isadora.
Like maybe a Baxter.
He's in the running. So I have Hiddleston, Baxter. You guys, I have like 5. So there's Hiddleston, Baxter, Regina, and Sinako, but I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know. Maybe they all will. And now Martin and Mildred, and then Isadora and Max. So what I'll probably do is after the Network Saga finally finishes, it's gonna be like 20 books long. Like that's how we're done. I'll probably do the Martin and Mildred and then the Isadora and Max, because the Martin and Mildred can kind of smooth into that again. Anyway.
If you count all the novellas and short story collections, I believe you are currently at 22
total books.
If you include, include all the collections and the novellas.
Oh, cool.
I've got the number here.
That sounds about right. Because I think
still is 21.
Okay, I think I'm creeping up on like 40 novels or something if you combine my contemporary romance with it. And that sounds about right. I don't think I'm at 40 yet, but I don't even know, you guys. I don't keep track. Oh, and then I don't know if I told you guys this, but because of a Coffee with Katie call, I'm going to merge the Katie Cross Romance with the Katie Cross Books websites. So I'm going to take the romance books off of the romance and just put on Katie Cross Books, because there was a Coffee with Katie call. Andy was like, why aren't you doing this? And I was like, oh, I didn't know. And a bunch of other people agreed. So unless anyone is like totally against it and has a good reasoning for it, I think most people were more wanting to see all of my books across genres together in like one website.
And you could, if you keep your domain, you can tell your whoever, like if it's GoDaddy, you can have them, if somebody Googles the old URL, the domain name, you can have it point to the one, the redirect, the active one. So
I think
you don't
there's
have to like make it
automatic
go
redirect.
away, because you might have it in links in other books.
Yeah.
Right. So people go search for it, you can have it redirect.
Yeah. So I think that's probably what we'll do. I believe it's a domain level redirect, because you can redirect on like pages and stuff. So it's all done through Shopify, and I'll probably just, the problem with the redirect though, is that I own the domain through Shopify. And if I'm not paying Shopify every month, then I don't know if they'll do that or not. But I have an IT guy that I'm going to have look into it and see what we can swing. But again, Derek.
I'm in the middle of rebranding for my stuff, from my business, and then my book. That's the thing. Remember, we talked about the foil. You asked me to send you pictures. I didn't send you pictures. Here it is.
Oh, it looks awesome. You got highlights too.
So it can, if I bring it forward, it can be really forward. If not, I can make it look more subtle. but it's because, and I'm not going to take Katie's time away, but hello. It came Monday. My
Power
very
and
first
Peace
copies
when-
came Monday.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Wow.
That's
So,
amazing.
It's been a journey, but that was why when you were doing your foil, I'm like, I'm going to be doing foil.
Yay. I know.
Congratulations, Catherine.
That is a huge deal and a lot of work.
Congrats.
So congrats.
Yeah, but you know, the idea of that whole, what is your website doing? I have owned catherinebingham.com for the longest time. I got it way back, but I built my business on this other name. And so now in doing the books, working with a coach, right? It's like rebrand everything to the Catherine Bingham piece, under which comes the business side and the author side. So it's really interesting to think through now when you shift strategies or you grow, how do you make all the IT point the right direction? But fortunately, I've owned those domains for a long time. In fact, I went for the domain for the book long before I ever wrote the book.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. I have friends that like will just collect domain names related to their name in case they ever wanted it one day.
Yeah.
That's all. Well, congratulations. That's a huge deal. It's a big accomplishment. And I hope you're able to like really get that book out there and see it change lives. That's awesome.
Well, I'm working on it. It's a new thing for me. And, you know, originally I thought it would be last year, but I had we had death in the family and so many things that happened that it was really funny because I posted online to a group, another community I'm part of. And I said, look, so here was my 2021 Q1 goal, which went by the wayside. Here's my 2022 Q1 goal, and yay, it's done, right?
That's awesome.
It happened. I'm like, it's okay for things to sit to the side, and then you get to them
when you can
later on.
Yes, absolutely.
So again, back to Katie stuff. This is a Katie.
You're totally fine. No, I love hearing that. I mean, books is what we celebrate, right? And you've put another book into the world and will probably change the life of someone. So good for you. That's awesome.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Big step.
Thank you, Louise. You're right. I need to do Water and Light and paperback also. I just saw your message. So there's 2 paperbacks. We need Water and Light, and Water and Light, I have a whole bunch of errors I need to go fix also. Awesome. Carol, I was going to ask.
Katie, I need to ask you a favor. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
go for it. Let me talk to Carol quick and then we'll come back to you. Did you figure out audiobooks, Carol?
Finally.
You got Flame, right? I saw you got Flame.
Yes.
Okay. Have you been listening?
It's on my phone and I have been listening. Yes.
What are you thinking
what
so
I
far?
like to do? I like to, I know this sounds crazy. I like to listen to it, but I like to read it as they're reading it to me.
Yeah.
I love to do that. It puts everything in perspective.
Yeah. Like when it's
More
being
for
told
me.
to you and you're seeing it. That's
Yes.
kind of fun. Carol, just for the rest of you, Carol emailed me and was like, how do I audiobook? Like, how do I do this? I was like, Carol, you're at the right spot.
Been
Let's
there.
talk about this. Yeah.
Carol, you are awesome. You are
Been there.
awesome.
Awesome.
I am such a computer nerd, and it's so funny because I'm an educator, but I'm old time educator. So it was like when computers came in, I knew it was time for me to retire. It was like, okay,
I'm out.
I got the basics. That's all I need. And the kids need more than that. It's time for this old goat to just go home and be good.
Oh, that is funny.
Oh,
So I'm glad.
Question for others who might read on Kindle. You know, if we've purchased some of a series on Kindle, now they stack them and put them all
Yeah.
together.
Mhm.
If we then download them, Katie, directly from you in the Kindle format, do they not play nice and not stack? Or can you get them somehow if they're part of a series to stack up if they're the same format?
Mine
Does
are
anybody
stacked.
know the answer?
I didn't know they did stack.
Yeah, I think it's
so
relatively new.
It's
Yeah.
relatively new. So when I buy all of somebody's series, that series is in a stack. So the top book cover shows up that I own for whatever one, or the oldest one shows on top, and then there's a circle to say how many of them that I have. So if there's 5 or 6 or 3 or whatever it is. Well, the interesting thing now is having purchased through Amazon, because that's generally my go-to place. I put stuff on the wish list, and then I just go through my wish list and buy things. But now, because you've really helped us to learn about how do you do it, how do you buy direct from the author, will those that we download into Kindle as a Kindle format be part of the stack? And it's just an interesting question if somebody's already figured that out.
I know this. I know exactly the answer to this because I've Googled it myself months and months ago.
Awesome.
Basically, because any books you bought from Katie or any other author from a website that isn't Amazon is considered side-loaded because it's not officially bought from Amazon, they won't automatically recognize that it's part of that series. You can, however, when you're in your Kindle library, if you click the thing in the top right that's got 3 dots, you can click Create New Collection, and you can group all the books into the collection and make your own series that's only available on your Kindle devices, but it will store any books that you choose to add to the collection.
Oh, cool.
I spent like 8 hours last Sunday making about 80 different collections on my Kindle for every series I have.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
time well spent, my friend. Organizing your books is time well spent.
Because then you know what you've read versus not read, and they are all together. So I really like, I know on my iBook side, I've made collections, but on the iPad, on the Kindle side, I haven't done that. But those stacks did it for me, and it was this new feature. So I thought, let's ask that, who knows, because that would be really convenient for people. Unfortunately, if you don't have them connected some way, they appear all over in the scroll list of all your books in your library, which can be problematic if you have an extensive list you're scrolling through.
I think you can sort them by author, though.
Yeah.
I think, and that
there's a lot
I
of
didn't
things
know
that you
for
can
quite
do,
some time.
but
I
I
was
also
digging.
keep mine, because I probably always have 10 books that I'm waiting to read, or I'm in the process of reading simultaneously. Yeah, I read a lot. A lot of books I have to read because I'm on like leadership book launch teams. And so I'm reading them as I go through this process. So I'm reading several books. So I it's hard to figure out how to best organize them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
I'm
you
reading
can
through BookFunnel, and BookFunnel also has the option. Everything I have is Katie's, but that's in there. But I was just looking, and there is an option that you can put, just like Louise said, in the other format. There's a way through BookFunnel to be able to create a list that's like all Katie's books or by series.
That might be something interesting, Katie, for your readers to do a quick map or instruction if you read all your books on this format, and not anytime soon. I mean, this is not something.
Sure.
You got enough. We want you to keep writing and focusing on that. But if there is someone who could write up a quick process to make that easy, especially folks who have lots of the book.
So you mean
that's what I was thinking, like even if Louise did one on his app, if I did one for BookFunnel and we sent them
exactly,
then somebody could take a look at them and
and then that way it'd be easy for someone who's new to start aggregating their books so that they're easy to find all together.
So you're specifically talking about like organizing the collection of the books in BookFunnel and Kindle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
If you do use Facebook, Catherine, is it? I think because if you message me on Facebook, I'm happy to walk you through the steps of making a collection to organize the books for you at any time if you need a hand with that. So
That would be
feel
awesome.
free to feel
Oh,
free to
thank you.
There are
message me.
some things that we feel, we want to invest our time in figuring out. And there are some things we just don't have the time to do that. So we work with it the way it is, even though it takes more time.
For the knowledge.
So having somebody help
Seriously,
you,
Davina.
kind of like helping to get on an audiobook, right? Here's how you get on your audiobooks. It's
We-
that thing. And then once you've done it, it's so easy, right?
Well, BookFunnel, I know like BookFunnel probably already has that in their help and frequently asked questions library, but we can pull that forward in case people need help. We can make our own too. That's something that Samantha could help me do. We have frequently asked questions and stuff to help guide people through it, so we can just add that. But I want to make sure, Louise, thank you for that offer. That was really sweet of you. Andy had a question, and I just want to make sure we get to Andy's question. Or favor.
It wasn't so much a question.
As a favor?
Stop recommending books, please. Between reading your books and the book list I have in waiting to read.
Yeah.
I mean, my iPad has a limit to it. And Carol, you know what my sister calls herself?
That's when they invite you to the cloud.
But I don't want to pay extra. And I have a lot of stuff there. So I'm starting to feel a bit technology challenged sometimes, because then my nieces are going like, do this and do that. And I'm like, do what?
Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
Carol. I think the book recommendations are going to start slowing. Part of it is most of my readers just love it. I mean, I know that you love it too, but we've had some really amazing recommendations, and I've been meeting and stuff with some really awesome authors. So that's part of it. It's like, oh, my readers would love you. There's a really cool recommendation coming from Leslie Penelope. I don't know if you guys have heard of her. She is pretty epic. And she and I got on Zoom. We just do a quick 5-minute call that you guys will get in April. And we talk about her books, but Time voted her fantasy book as one of the top 100 of all of time, one of her first novels. Wow. She's pretty awesome. She's amazing. She's coming up soon. This is her. You guys will really like her. So this is her, the cover of her book. So I do this in the video, but I have to read it. So I the first 3 chapters of this book. It's the 3rd book. They talk about a sisterhood, the blessing of the goddess, a couple other things that I was like, oh my gosh, my readers are gonna love this. It's the same terminology, and it's fantasy and it's a different world, but it takes place in an alternate 1920s. It's so cool.
Oh.
It's an alternate magical 1920s. It is the coolest
cool.
thing. Anyway, you guys are gonna love Leslie. That's
What is her name again?
She writes under L Penelope. Her name is Leslie, Leslye. She's really phenomenal. She's so fun to chat with too. She has a podcast. And anyway, before we close, I wanted to let you all know that on another Coffee with Katie, everything happens here, you guys. You guys requested maps, right? So Sam and I have been hard at work revising our maps. So we have maps, but not super usable. And anyway, so what we've done is there's this software that we found. Samantha is currently putting together the central network. No, she's putting together all of Alcara, and we're drawing the boundaries. And then once we finalize the big picture of Alcara, we're gonna do the central network, and then we're gonna go to each individual network. So we're gonna put a post up, and she's already posted some pictures about the different types of maps you guys can choose between. It's funny because I was like, Sam, we can't pick what I'd pick because the readers never pick what I pick. And sure enough, you guys didn't pick what I picked. So I was like, we can't go by me.
The trouble that I had was that I liked the detail in one, but I couldn't read any of the words.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Detailed, but then had labels.
Right. So we can play with
the labels, make it easy to read, but I loved all the detail in the other one.
Just leave those in your comments because that's something that we can futz with. Yeah. Okay, good. Because we can futz with the labels and replace the labels. I really just want the background to look really good. Like Leslie's, because it has to look good in black and white. We've been haunting fantasy maps, right? So Leslie's kind of looks like that. And I like I like the way the mountains have shadows, but you can kind of tell the trees. And anyway, so I've been like haunting maps everywhere and we're trying to figure it out. But we want like a really pretty picture, like the green and the different colored ones, as well as the black and white. So just wanted you guys to know that's underway. It does take a little while, but one way you could help us is I'll have Sam start a post in the Witchery, or you can email this to me. Any landmarks that you want us to put on the maps, let us know. Like Hansham is Lita and Camille's village in Leadham 1. We're going to put that. We're going to put the Tea and Spice Pantry, Miss Mabel's, Chatham Castle, like the Southern
Baker's
Network
Mill.
Castle, Baker's Mill, the Apoca Basin, for those of you that have read
But you
Merrick.
gotta put the candy store in there.
Yes, Miss Holly's Candy Store.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah, and then like
I
some
know
of those.
about Miss Mouse. Yep.
Yeah, so some of those, Miss Holly's, Piccadilly Pub, because Piccadilly Pub happens in Mildred's and in Rise of the Demigods with Merrick, you know, all the network schools. Good idea, Robert.
Yes.
So if the problem is Sam and I and Mike is like our resident Alcaran histographer. Like he's just always reading the books. And so I literally message Mike and say, Mike, have I done this before? Like what happened here? And he messaged me the other day. He's like, Katie, you can't do this in Vivit because of what you said over here. And I was like, oh. So anyway, so Mike is gonna help start curating, like, oh, we could do this, we could do this, we could put this, we could put the Saltu Jungle and Netchi and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But if any of you think of landmarks that you want to see, let us know, because we can either get them on the Alcara map or on the individual networks. Once we finalize the individual networks in the map, we'll be uploading them into ebooks, like where they're applicable, but also we'll have them available on the website. And then we'll do Alasia. So then we're going to have, I figured out what Alasia looks like as I've written The Forgotten Gods. So then we'll have a map for Alasia as well. So that is underway. It just takes a bit of time to kind of nail down what mountains do you want, and like what do the trees look like, and like where are the boundaries of Leadham Wood, you know, that kind of stuff.
Isadora and
Sana and Isadora's houses.
yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Way to go,
Yes.
Kim.
You do.
Yes.
It's
absolutely.
the product she sent you, Carol.
Yes,
it
girl,
actually
we
makes her a
are.
mind reader.
And do you think that everything will be the contemporary version in the maps, or will any of your historical points from Flame transition, right?
Like the ruins.
Yeah.
That's a good question. So with this, it's called Incarnate. It's really cool. With this software, we can do as many maps as we want. So we can do a central network for the Dragon Master trilogy, right? So maybe it doesn't have Bicker's Mill, but it does have like where the Circle of the Ancients are, or where Angui is, you know? So like there could be different points that you see on the Dragon Master trilogy map, and then the central network map for Bianca would have Bicker's Mill and the Tea and Spice Pantry and some of these other like significant points, so that people can see where it's happening. So we could even change it honestly from book to book. So in War of the Networks, it could show the different battles. Like it could show like a lot of different things. So it can be flexible, and we'll probably get to that point where we do that. But it's helpful if people can say, oh, I was reading the book, like The High Priest's Daughter, and I really wanted to see like where Magnolia Castle is when she went to go see Isabel, or, you know, like just different things. So if there are points of books that you really loved, you wanted to see, we can do that. We might even, we'll probably even put like Carcere, like on the Alcara map, where the island of Carcere is from the Dragon Master trilogy. So those things, but it's all a matter of like just getting them listed down, and then Sam and I can go through and she can put them on the map as I talk them out with her. So
In other words, I could wallpaper my woman cave with maps from.
So you're, Carol, you are
Perfect.
connected today because I plan to like print and frame some maps as swag, like
There
for
you
people to
go.
win.
That's
So
the girl.
Oh.
so cool, right?
Yes.
That's why we want
And you
really
are
nice
make them
colors.
available
Have a
to
lot
those
of
of us who
some
don't
of the
usually
swag.
win, right?
Yes. So what we'll probably do is once we can get like the color versions out and see what the interest is, then I would just make them available to purchase from me, and then I'll just send them to you. They probably won't all be framed, but just rolled up, and then you guys
Yeah,
can
rolled up.
do that if you want.
Yeah.
So then if I just need to print in bulk, and then you guys can buy them from me like through Shopify, and I'll just send them as they come in. So if there's enough interest for that, we'll definitely do that.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
I think people are excited about it. So I just wanted to follow up on that because I hadn't mentioned it and we've been working on it for almost a month. So anytime you guys have an idea of what you want, just let us know and then we can make it happen. Especially like the Martin and
wanna
Mildred
see
request. That was awesome.
The Elizas,
The Elizas?
like
Ooh.
the temples.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Christopher, what do you think of your first Zoom?
You're so sweet. Carol, you made my day. I would enjoy it and you weren't wrong. So I've enjoyed myself immensely. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
I was just looking, all the networks Gold. Yep, I was looking to see, would Alasia work for drawing a map if the islands float? That's a good point. We're gonna do best proximity for floating islands. Louise, you're so detailed. Yes, the islands, some of the islands are floating islands. They do travel, they do wander. But actually, I think if I remember right, I haven't been in the Forgotten Gods for a couple weeks because of Derek, but and Vivit. But the floating islands are sort of like a region, and the islands kind of float in with that region. As I picture Alasia right now, every god has like a kingdom or a collection, basically like a region. And so like Galos is up north where there's more ice. Ignis has a bunch of volcanoes down here. Ventus is over here, and then Tontis kind of takes up down here. So they're apart but together, just in general. So it's like a whole bunch of Australias and Hawaii kind of deal. But what the actual individual islands look like, I'm not sure yet because there's going to be a lot of little ones. Like Ava was on a tiny, tiny island in a collection of tiny islands. So it's going to take us a little bit to flesh that out, but it will be figured out by the end of the Forgotten Gods. And it will probably be, the map of Alasia will probably be one of the swag offerings for the launch of the Forgotten Gods. So just really exciting stuff.
So it's kind of like a takeoff of the 4 wind gods from the Greek mythology type.
Kind of. Yeah, so I picked the gods and goddesses to be kind of rooted in some form of physical earth representation, you know? But I didn't necessarily have like rules to it. Like the gods were elements or whatever. It's more just how it kind of laid out. Because there's a lot of elements that aren't represented, right? Like sun, and there's a lot of other things that I could do. Anyway, so yeah.
You have to include the island Ava came from on the Alasia map.
Yes.
Because that's quite important.
I actually will probably plot her course like to the Eastern Network, like so you can kind of see where her little dinghy goes off from. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but the Ava book, it's just about her trip over to, so it like picks up where the Lamplighter Daughters ends and ends where the Lost Magic picks up. But some pretty epic stuff happens there that she's never talked about yet. And it's going to massively impact the Forgotten Gods because let's just say Bianca's not the only one that Prana has talked to. So Ava has big things happen that we'll see play out in the Forgotten Gods. And that's why Ava's coming out before the Forgotten Gods. So you can see that.
I think Katie's trying to play with our minds here.
I totally am. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. You keep coming back, Kim. Oh, I love it so much.
We're all
Okay.
crazy. That's the problem.
Well, you're in good company. So, it's amazing. All of you are amazing. So I put in the comments a 10% off code for all of you that came today. It'll end next Friday. It should be 10% off of everything. It will only apply to one order. We had someone rip through our last coffee with Katie. They bought one book at a time because I forgot to put the limit 1 per order. So they did 13 different transactions and got 13 books for free. So
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I was like, that was on me. I should have made sure that the box was ticked. So it's ticked. So that'll get you 10% off one order. So, and remember, if you guys are doing bulk paperback, shoot me an email and we'll get you a discount code for it. So it's a little more affordable for sure. And I'll get the Hazel and Water and Light paperbacks up soon.
Okay.
So that you guys can complete your collections because you're awesome. You guys are
And
hardcore.
Mildred
Like,
and Martin.
I don't even have mine. And Mildred and Martin will now be under progress. So I promise you, Jane.
Good.
Mildred and Martin
Thank
will come out as the book after the Network Saga.
To me, that seems like one of the sweetest. That could be one of the sweetest love stories in the entire network.
Don't you
The
just
entire
die,
Valhalla.
Martin? Oh my gosh, Martin.
I just
Okay.
love him.
The story I was plotting today that came to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go write this right now. It's so good. There's this moment I was like, oh, Martin, you're so sweet. Like, he's such a good man. Such a good man. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Yes,
He's such
thank
a-
you, Jane.
Yeah.
It's just a good
I don't know
guy.
if everybody's watched it, but or I was going to say something and it's like, oh, maybe somebody doesn't know that yet, so never mind.
Yeah. Or someone who will be watching may not know it, but he's just such a sweet
That's right.
man. Such a sweet man. For all of you, I picture Ben Kingsley as Martin, if those of you want to know. Ben
Perfect.
Kingsley.
Perfect.
Right? And Judi Dench is Mildred. Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have I not told you guys that? Oh, the moment Mildred appeared in Miss Mabel School for Girls, I was like, it's Dame Judi Dench. Like, of course. So now go reread Mildred's. It'll be a whole new experience.
Mm-hmm.
Curious, who do you see as Miss Cecilia?
Miss Celia?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have an actress for her. I just see like a white-haired, fluffy, grandmotherly sort, you know? Like, I don't have an actress, but I could find one. Who else do I have an actress for? Derek, Merrick, and Mildred. Those were the ones that were most clear to me. And I haven't found someone that looks like Bianca, and I haven't looked. Like, I'll probably leave Bianca as very vague. I mean, I know she has black hair that's long and her mom's gray eyes, but I've never found someone that I was like, she looks like a Bianca.
Kate Winslet comes to mind.
Kate Winslet.
Mm-hmm.
I would never
From
have thought of
Titanic.
her. Yeah, she's like a redhead, right?
Yeah.
She is, but in one of her movies, she went dark.
Huh? I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
I've
think it
never
was-
worried
I
too
think,
much.
I think maybe it was Finding Netherland, maybe when she was opposite Johnny Depp.
That's right. That story destroyed me. I remember, like, I will never watch another movie again. Like, I was like,
I will
ugly
not
crying.
watch that then.
I was just ugly crying. It's so good. All the feels with the most epic soundtrack. Amazing soundtrack. I think I wrote Mildred's Resistance to that soundtrack, actually. Pretty sure I did. Anyway, gotta go. Derek calls, but you guys have your discount code. Email me if you want the early copy of the Veet. I'll go get that finalized and uploaded right now. Of course, if you find anything, just email me. Carrie and my team and I have worked really hard, and I've already narrated the full audiobook, so I think it's pretty clean, but you guys always find stuff that I miss. So send any errors my way if you guys want to read it. And then next week, we're doing another 3-hour coffee with Katie to celebrate the launch of Avit. So no matter when you log in, between the hours of 8 and 11 Mountain Time,
Carol.
you'll be set.
What's in that jug?
Yeah, let's share.
Honest, it's just coffee, but it's got peppermint and coconut. So I mean,
A little zip in your coffee.
nice.
Well, Carol,
Coconut rum?
I will send you a
well, you know
paperback
what,
next week.
Jane, that would be an idea.
Yes, it would.
Oh, I love it so much. Well, all of you, thank you so much for making my day and my week.
Thank
it was
you.
Thank you,
it
Katie.
was awesome. Yes, Chris, it was so fun
Thank
to have
you.
you. It's good
Thank
to see
you.
all of
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Hopefully we'll see you
I
next
know.
week.
Nice to see you all.
Thanks, Carol.
Oh, Katie,
Bye,
I have a
everybody.
quick question.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the launch team books and
Oh,
the
I
ones?
saw your email. Just price. It's just price.
Oh, okay.
So launch team
All right,
gets
all
the
right.
99 cents instead of the full price. And I just forgot to mail out the launch team. Like, I had the announcement for everyone else and I forgot to mail out the launch team links, and Luis reminded me and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. So with like moving
right.
forward, I'll make sure the launch teams get their discounted links first, and then it goes out to the general email list.
Okay.
So,
Right.
all right, you
All
all
right,
awesome.
thank you.
Carrie, hang out for just a
Bye,
minute. We'll
guys.
chat. Bye.
everybody.
Thanks,
Have a
Katie.
good day.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Hey. Oh my gosh.
Do you need some help, Carol? Oh, she got it. Okay. It's always fun watching people try to figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I will, I need to go finalize some Vivit prep and stuff right now. So I will do that. And then if I get a chance, I will send you the Telegram information just to kind of get you pulled
Okay.
in. But basically, like I said, you're not obligated to do anything in my company, right? And then if whatever you do want to be part of, just let me know and I'll put you in the launch thread. And that's how I kind of keep track of who's doing what and where we're at with it.
Okay.
And then I can just work you into my production budget in terms of like paying you for the manuscript. So normally I do $25 for the novella and then 50 for a novel. But if that doesn't seem fair to you, just let me know. We can work anything out too. I have some people that want like writing help that I'll like coach them instead, like because they actually don't really want the money, they want writing help or whatever. So I have different agreements with different people. And then as I just switched business models in January, you'll hear me talking about that a lot on Telegram. As the new business model continues to play out through the end of Q2, I'll be able to start paying my betas and my proofreaders more. But right now we had to kind of cut down to 50 and 25 as I rolled out this new business model. But the model's doing extremely well and we're seeing a lot of improvement. So the first thing that I do is increase my team budget and then I can kind of start paying more. Just so you know. Just
It
I know
sounds nice, Kate. I don't, it's gonna give me a little extra. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate the help and the insight, and you fit in beautifully. I think you're going to really like the team. So I'm going to be adding you to, there's a business thread, a chat thread, the launch thread, and then I'll create a thread between the two of us. You don't have to engage in any of the other threads. The chat thread, we haven't really been talking that much because I've just been so busy. And the business thread, we just kind of I'll say, hey, what do you think of these maps? Or here's updates, or here's your book, because everyone gets the books for free in the team, that kind of stuff. So there hasn't been as much chatter since Kristen left for maternity leave, but also my business model changed. And so we're just kind of figuring it out. I used to do weekly video updates on, like I do a Zoom video and upload it to Telegram. I'll probably do those monthly now, just because with the business model change, there's not quite as much to update on. So engage as you want. There's some people that are still in there that don't ever respond, but they just still want to be part of the team. They just kind of track what's going on, and I'm fine with that. Or some people kind of respond at random, and it's whatever it is. But I think you'll like everyone's like Mike and Samantha and Kaylee are the ones that you're going to see the most, because those are the four of you will be my main like beta reading team. And sometimes Gemma and Darcy kind of bounce in and out sometimes as they're able, but they're pretty busy. So it'll be really fun to have you there. I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
But I know you have to go because he's got Vivit like being annoying. Or was it Derek? I can't remember. I think it was
They
Vivit.
all are. This new one I thought up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. Like I'll probably stay up way too late tonight writing because I'm just excited about the story. And I can't wait to be able to tell people about it, but it really is a big spoiler, so I can't. But it's really fun. There's some really good ones. So yeah, so I will, within the next couple days at least, I'll get you pulled into Telegram. If you just want to download it on your phone, I already have your cell, so you have my cell. So
yeah, I've texted you already from
love
Pennsylvania.
I love it. So when you join Telegram, just add me as a contact to Telegram and then send me a message, and then I can just add you as a contact and start pulling you into the right threads. So
I'll
that'd
do
be
that.
great. Thanks, Carrie. You're the best. We'll talk to you later.
Take
Bye.
care. You're the best.